for having me. I mean, the risks that detainees, both at detention facilities as well as at the Migrant Protection Protocol, the individuals and families who are being forced at the border, this concerns and the health risks are grave. First, at the detention facilities, we have seen the conditions have always been substandard there. People are being housed in masses at the Adelanto detention facility itself, where they hold 2,000 individuals. People are placed in barracks of over 100 people. And medical facilities at these ICE detention facilities have always been substandard. They're insufficient. They've not been able to provide adequate care. In the last year alone, there's been several times people have been put into quarantine due to the spread of infectious diseases. And as you know, with COVID-19, quarantining mass people is just not an option. So detention facilities are just not adequate to be able to respond to this threat.
So what would it look like to proactively begin to address these challenges?
As you stated earlier, the ACLU, along with several other organizations, including the Immigrant Defenders Law Center, we are calling upon ICE, demanding that they release detainees. It's just a public health crisis waiting to happen. Housing these individuals, keeping them there, waiting for the COVID-19 to spread at detention facilities is just a huge threat that the public safety should not have to undertake.
And at the same time, despite this pandemic, you still have many migrants being forced to show up to court hearings. How does that complicate this equation?
I mean, that's exactly right. I think that one thing we need to be asking ourselves and asking this administration is, what is more important in this time? Is it the sanctity of our public's health, or is it immigration enforcement? And the fact that immigration court proceedings are continuing, that removal of individuals is continuing, that they are not suspending these hearings, tells you that clearly for this administration, they still don't think that this is a crisis that deserves us responding and protecting the public's health.
We've talked about those who are in detention facilities. We've talked about those who are at our border. Let's talk just for a second about undocumented members of our community. What needs to be done in order for them to feel safe enough to be tested for this virus?
Immediately, ICE must come out and say that they are suspending enforcement activities until COVID-19, until we have it under control. Unless and until they can do that, I could almost guarantee you that immigrant families, especially those who are undocumented, are going to be forced to go underground because they're too scared to seek out help and assistance. And we can't afford that.
All right, Meet Soni, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, thank you.